Roasted Brussels sprouts are the quintessential side for fall and winter, but have you had shaved roasted Brussels sprouts? Now, the best thing about these is they're nice and thin, but they're gonna get super crispy, and this is gonna be your go-to way for doing your roasted Brussels sprouts all season long. So we're gonna start by doing the coating of the oil that we're gonna be putting on our roasted Brussels sprouts. And so I have about 3 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, and I use coconut oil because it has a higher smoke point when you wanna roast your veggies. So I've got our onion powder here, so we have about a teaspoon of onion powder. We have 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and I have a teaspoon of sea salt, and I have 3 tablespoons of chopped fresh rosemary. And rosemary is a pretty hardy herb, and so I do like to use it in the vegetables before I do the roasting. And then we're gonna put some other herbs on after they've been roasted. So we've got that mixed in, and now we're just gonna go ahead and pour it over our shaved Brussels sprouts. And you can either shave these with a knife, you can do it in your food processor. They actually sell them in the grocery stores already shaved now. So I feel like the grocery stores are ahead of us and already know that this is gonna be big for the fall season. So we're just gonna go ahead and use a fork and make sure we get that oil tossed all over our Brussels sprouts with the different herbs. And that's it. Now we're gonna go ahead and put it on a parchment lined baking sheet that I have here. And we'll go ahead and put these in the oven at 425 for about 20 to 30 minutes until you get the desired crispness that you want. And halfway through, you can do a little check on them. You can flip them over with a fork, but since they're so thin, you really wanna keep an eye on it because these are gonna roast pretty quickly and you don't want them to get too crispy and too burnt. And so that is it. We're gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven, and once they're out, we'll put the finishing touches and flavoring on it. And our Brussels sprouts are now out of the oven and they are nice and crispy. So now we get to put the finishing touches on it and these will be ready to serve. So I like to add some slivered almonds. So we have about half a cup of slivered almonds, and that's gonna give it a really nice crunch with the crispiness of the Brussels sprouts. And then I have some fresh thyme, and I like to add the thyme afterwards. It's more of a fragile herb that doesn't really do too well when you're roasting it at high temperatures the way the rosemary does. So we'll go ahead and just get this mixed in here, get it combined. And then the last step is completely optional. If you're on a dairy-free diet, you won't want to do this, but if you do include a little dairy, we can add a little bit of Parmesan, and that is just going to give it a really nice kind of salty, crunchy flavor along with all the vegetables. So that's it. This is all we have to do. It is ready to serve. This is a super easy weeknight side. You can do this for the holidays as well. It comes together really easy, and having those shaved Brussels sprouts is gonna make everything so much crunchier. You're gonna love it. So you can get this recipe on my website, thetrailtohealth.com, and you can find more healthy and delicious recipes in my cookbook, Wandering Palate, which is also available on my website and Amazon as well.